Hatshatuchia. Sequels, Jordan Remington, K.S., Cheryl Remington, Ab.S., Shirley Cleveland, Yikha Ab.S., Sarah Ward, Haley Quilliert, Kudachfi, Oche, Sia, Chase Gully. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Reflections. My name is Jordan Remington, and I am a member of the Wardwitcher family of the Quileute tribe, a community engagement and programs coordinator for Friends of Waterfront Seattle, and one of the curators for this program that you're about to experience. And I am so excited for all of you to be joining us on our second year. It's very exciting. And in lieu of a land acknowledgement, I would just like to thank all the amazing Indigenous artists, community members, and organizations that have made this program possible, both last year and this year. I really want to thank especially Asia Tail and Kimberly Dariana from Yahoo for helping me make sure that this program is very reflective of our Seattle Indigenous community. The relationships built through this project mean more than any words could, and I look forward to continuing to build on these relationships and finding new ways to support all of your amazing work as well into the future. It is these relationships that are land acknowledgements made into action. And with that, I would like to turn things over to my fabulous co-curator, Davida Ingram.
Thank you, Jordan. Hi, everyone. My name is Davida Ingram, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm a brown-skinned lady with long dreadlocks, and I'm wearing a kente cloth dress. I want to welcome you to a time of deep beauty and reflection. This program is our collective love letter to our city and our communities during Delta times. Thank you for being a ray of light this fall and winter. And we mean that for our audience who's joining us and also for all of the beautiful artists and cultural workers. Reflections, cultural offerings, and performances were filmed on Seattle's waterfront at Pier 62 this summer. I'm excited to introduce in a moment one of our MCs, Nia Amina, and she'll be joined by David Rue. They are wonderful leaders in our dance community. They will be introducing our lineup for tonight with reflections and also my favorite, hosting the artist chats after each video. So check into the chat and settle in for a beautiful night. Our hashtag is #reflections21. This program is made possible by Seattle Public Library Foundation and All in Washington in collaboration with Friends of the Waterfront Seattle and Seattle Public Library. Many thanks to all of our Dreamathon WA partners and our event co-presenters. This is just a taste of who we've worked with. The African American Health Board, Gathering Roots, A Sacred Path Scene, Utopia, Pikawa, Converge Media, King County Library System, Washington Community Alliance, Wa No Wari, Spectrum Dance Theater, Central District Forum for Art and Ideas, Yahout, Tubman Center for Health and Freedom, Washington Community Alliance, Seattle Office of Arts and Culture, Seattle Office of Parks and Rec, Seattle Office Department of Neighborhoods, and the Office of Waterfront Civic Projects. Thank you to our chat captains for naming all of our partners. I want to turn this to Nia Amina to take it away. Thank you.
Thanks, Davida. Hi, everyone. I'm Nia Amina Minor, and I'm one of your two MCs for Reflections 2021. I'm so pleased and honored to be here and to witness the presentation of offerings from cultural workers and artists here in the Pacific Northwest region. Reflections have a special place in my heart because I was a contributing artist last year for 2020 series, and it was a particular time of extreme difficulty, but to come together with this particular community at the historic Seattle waterfront to present work was something that filled me with so much joy for the remainder of the year. It still does today. So I'm glad to be here today to contribute and be a part of this community once again. Last year, our virtual audience was about 5,000 viewers. From a space of access, we're going to continue a lineup of virtual art offerings. And we're excited to be back again with another dynamic lineup of artists and cultural practitioners, filmed by Futsum Tsegai, filmmaker, and returning artist in residence for the Seattle Public Library. First up tonight, dancer and civic leader Abriel Johnny Kawuchan Klingit shares a jingle dress dance as ceremony and remembrance with music by Southern Express. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Reflections 2021 audiences, this is Abriel Johnny. Abriel, hi, how are you doing this evening? Thank you for being with us. Thank you for this beautiful offering. Can you just tell our audiences a little bit about yourself, your work, and this particular offering for Reflections 2021? Oh, I think you might just be muted. Abriel. Oh, there you go.
There we
Perfect.
go.
Here it is.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me be a part of this event. My name is Abriel Johnny. I am Cowichan and Tlingit. My pronouns are she, her. And some of my work, I work in healthcare policy and I work on traditional medicine investments and healthcare innovation and making sure that our health is holistic and a balance of mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health. And that directly connects to this practice that we that you just seen today. That the practice that you've seen is a jingle dress dancing, and you saw Southern Express as the drummers in the background. Our
Oh, no, thank you so much. That's just wonderful. I was thinking a lot about the piece, and this is my second time seeing this offering, and I feel truly blessed to be seeing it a second time. Can you tell me a little bit about how important it is to practice culture to balance mental and spiritual health, and in particular at a time like this? You know, we're still in the midst of it. Folks are still, dealing with the difficulty of a time like this, but to be able to witness this kind of offering right now has just filled me up. So I would love to hear you speak a little bit more about it.
Yeah, it's extremely important for us to be able to practice our traditional practices right now. It's not just a practice; it's built into our culture. It's built into our life. It's built into our entire holistic approach, which to medicine and to wellness. Um, our wellness is and our practices are help our health in a preventative way. They help us stay mentally focused. They help us stay emotionally focused, and they help us stay very physically. As you can see, you have to practice dancing and stay active to engage in that practice, and um, it definitely helps us connect spiritually uh, to our ancestors and to the earth and to everything around us as part of the culture. Um, and you might have in the background, or as you could see, the drummers. The drummers uh, represent the heart. That represents the heartbeat of that practice of that dance, and I wouldn't have been able to practice that without the heartbeat, without the drummers and Southern Express being there. And um, the significance of the jingle dress itself is a healing dance. Um, there are traditionally, my dress was a little bit more contemporary, but traditionally there are 365 of those cones on the dress, and that's a prayer for each day of the year.
Mm. Wow.
And they're made from the tops of tobacco cans traditionally, and tobacco is a very sacred medicinal plant for our tribes.
Thank you so much for bringing all of that to our audiences for Reflections 21 and for highlighting the importance of Southern Express. Definitely want to make sure that we're giving them a shout out as well. I want to ask you one more question. I don't think we're out of time quite yet. And really it was about exactly what you're saying, the heart of the earth, being out there on the waterfront, in particular with the water issue and the jingle dress and the sounds. Can you talk about what that experience was, being out there on the waterfront near the water and doing this particular spiritual practice and cultural practice?
Yeah, it was really emotional for not only me but for the drummers, right? I went up as soon as I saw the first drummer. Calmed me being with my people that I'm used to seeing on a regular basis. It was calming and settling and centering, and to have the sun shining and the water there and having all those elements there together definitely felt balancing. It felt rejuvenating, and it felt like a nice reset to everything, to that mental space that I might have been in coming there, to my emotional health, and definitely rejuvenated me physically.
Wow. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that that did that for you because in receiving it, I felt clearly. Thank you so much, Abriel, Johnny. We're going to say goodbye to you for just this moment, but we wanted to tell you that we're full of so much gratitude for you being here and especially for you sharing some words with us. So thank you so much. Yes. Wow. Coming together to dance after nearly 2 years of being separated by the pandemic, Flote Naoke brings prayer and breathtaking moment of witness by the water and with the clouds breaking the heavens open. This is our next offering to you from Flote Naoke. Thank you. What a powerful offering and prayer. Thank you so much. Once again, we just witnessed Loke Nauke featuring Juan Salinas, Israel Salinas, Isoshil Salinas White Hawk, George Farrell, Jose Salinas, Dominique Salinas, Juan Salinas, and Denson Salinas. Thank you again. I'm hoping we can have some folks from the Ixley, are you here with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Yes.
welcome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear your voice.
Yes.
I'm just so moved. This is my second time witnessing this particular offering and prayer, and I just want to say thank you again. Would you mind introducing yourself to our Reflections audience, just so they know who you are, who they're hearing from?
Yes. So my name is Ixli Xochitl, Salinas Whitehawk. A lot of folks in community know me as Ixli. And the reason for that is because that's what my parents, my siblings, and my grandpa have always called me. So when I hear others calling me Ixli, I hear that love.
Mm.
So yeah, so my name is Ixli. I'm Mexica Tenochca. I'm Otomi and Tarasco from the communities of Iztacalco and Tlacopan in what is today known as Mexico City, Mexico. I was raised within Native communities in Mexico, in the US, and in Canada as well. So I have been very fortunate to just have so many folks impact and teach me and guide me, and that's a huge responsibility. That is a huge responsibility, and I'm just grateful to be here with everyone, and be a part of our Seattle community.
Yes, thank you, and I'm so glad to be in community with you. Can you speak a little bit about that? Can you speak a little bit about what it means to come together for this offering and prayer at this particular time?
Yes, for sure. So they're one of our old books, right? One of the books that keeps a lot of our knowledge was written during a pandemic in Mexico City 500 years ago.
Mhm.
And there is also a prophecy of the upon the arrival of the Spanish, when so many things were changing for our people, and that prophecy says for us to take in that knowledge within our homes, to take the ceremonies within our homes, and then it says one day we will rise again, and if you combine those two things, that's how I look at these times,
Mhm.
right? This pandemic has caused a lot of things, um, and I try to look at the beauty in some, in everything that is happening, right? It has brought our children back into our homes, right? Especially being indigenous, it has given us the opportunity to retake their education, for example, right? Um, a lot of the things that I have seen is folks retaking that ownership and autonomy of self, right, of health, of working as a community, of learning, how to grow your own food, how to make your own medicines, how to work together.
Mhm.
This time has been extremely hard for so many of us. Um, for us to be able to have gathered in this manner was so beautiful because, my father is like a history book, you know, but not like any history book, like he holds so many pieces, like that link, you know, in my mother as well, but my father was able to be there, in dancing, and art is what nurtures him, right? We talk a lot about preservation of our traditions and the culture, but who are we really talking about if it's not our elders, right? Like, how are we taking care of them, right? That tradition, that culture, that knowledge takes care of that, but how are we taking care of them as well, you know?
Yes.
And so for him to have been able to be present and to dance with his kids, because even though my uncle Jose was present there with his grandson and his son, um, he was raised with us as a sibling, right? So he's like my father's son as well, right? So for my father to be there with his children, right, and be able to dance after being in isolation almost, in quarantine for almost 2 years, that feeds his spirit.
Yes.
The way that things were done in the manner of just like the extreme precautions of just being there to dance, that in itself also was beautiful, because
Mm-hmm.
when we dance, we don't dance for an audience, right? It's a
Right.
prayer, right? Like, yeah, oftentimes we share the dances, but it's a prayer. It's a cosmic movement. It's a way of expressing and sharing, and what is a movement,
Yeah.
right? It's like if you look at a movement, like a people's movement, like it's the people, right? If you look at the wind, if you look at the water, the earth, everything that is alive has movement, right?
Yes.
So our dances, they represent life itself, right? And so when we do these dances, like when the way that we gather in this manner, right? This prayer, what is a prayer but an intention?
Mm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, each and every one of us on so many different levels have been doing whatever we can to take care of the people,
Mm-hmm.
and being there in that manner and showing and sharing that prayer. That's that love, that's that intention, that's saying, I got you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm all we got to give is ourselves. you know and so when we do these dances, when in the way that we gather that particular day, and April mentioned that, it's refreshing. It grounds you again, being by the water. I mean, the water itself is healing. Yeah, we're in the middle of a city, but the way that the folks gathered that day is like it truly reflected the community that we have been working with, our community. You know I'm speechless. I'm really touched by all the work that everyone does. I'm a dancer. I'm the head of the family in this sense. you know um but I was asked to step into other different roles within community, and the responsibilities that I am born into. It means taking care of the people, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not in the sense of a hierarchy, but in the sense of being of service,
Yes.
and that means the prayers, I mean, the prayers are always there, and when we really focus on looking at things with gratitude, you know, when we look at those things, then we are able to see our blessings a whole lot clearer.
Well, Isli, thank you so much. I'm speechless. To be able to witness the passing of cultural knowledge from generations, to be able to come together and see your family in this prayer, in this offering, was truly, truly. I'm so full, and this is my second time being able to witness this, and I feel really honored to be able to hear you also speak about it. So thank you again for being with us for this after offering chat. Thank you so much for this offering.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Whew. Y'all, what a powerful evening so far. Thank you so much. There's so much to come. Reflections 2021. Let's keep it going.
Hi, everybody. Hi,
Hi.
Mia. First of all, I have chills. Everything that I've already seen was amazing, and the discussion that happened already was really, really strong and iconic. So I'm really excited to be here. But before we get much into it, I figured I should introduce myself. My name is David Rue. I am one of the co-hosts for this year's Reflections Dance Festival. I'm also the public programs coordinator here at Friends of Waterfront Seattle. and I'm a dancer and a lover of the performing arts myself. I want to pause and say that this is a really special moment to be co-hosting with a dance artist, choreographer, and artist in general, Nia Mina Minor, who I respect so much. So this is a really huge honor. So thank you so much, Nia, and I'm gonna take it over, everybody. I have the honor of introducing our next group, Pacifica Wayfinders. This gorgeous dance ensemble brings to light stories of Fiji. The broader group honors ancestors from each island in the Pacific, holding past and present together. Their program also uplifts the young leaders' outstanding work in public health during this vaccine drives. So I'm really excited to see the work. And we're going to be featuring the work of dancers Destiny, Kalani, Donna, and Rachel. And listen, we're going to have a chance to talk to the artists after this. So please enjoy this incredible work by Pacifica Wayfinders, and I will see you all soon. Wow, wow. I'm all smiles, everybody. First of all, let's give it up for that amazing group one more time. I know that we're not physically in person, but electronically. Let's give it up for these amazing dancers. Do whatever you got to do to show some love. Y'all are amazing. First of all, how do you all feel about seeing your work in this space?
I'm honestly like shocked because we've always like done that dance, but I've never seen it like that. So
Yeah.
it's very exciting.
Really beautiful. Yeah. One thing, just for our audiences, before we get into some questions, I just wanted to say that Pacifica Wayfinders are a diverse Pacifica cultural group with heritages from Tonga, the Marshall Islands, to Hawaii, and Samoa. I want all of you to introduce yourselves, first and last names. Let's have the world know who you icons are. Whoever wants to start can begin, and then we'll go from there. I have a few questions for you.
My name's Destiny Harris.
Hey, Destiny.
Hey. My name's Kalani Tawangia. You can call me Lenny.
Beautiful. Nice to see you.
I'm Donna Tawangia.
Hey, Donna.
My name is Rachel Wangaitanoa.
Awesome. So I have a few questions for you. My first question, apart from all congratulations, is, all questions aside, when I was on site watching you do this, I just felt like a real sense of joy within all of you. Like I felt like a real sense of like, we're in this to make something really beautiful and we're going to enjoy our times together. Apart from being really great cultural practitioners, dancers, and artists, there's also a really great understanding of you all as civic leaders who helped people lead for like COVID responses. So my first question for you is, what are your dreams for COVID recovery? And you can answer however big or however small you want. But when you think about what this looks like, thinking about the work that you've all already done so well, what is COVID recovery? And if you could dream about that.
Well, my dreams for COVID recovery is hopefully for everyone in our community to get vaccinated. The PICA office located in Federal Way actually runs wellness clinics and they provide the vaccine, both Moderna and Pfizer. And they do a lot in general just to help out our community's overall health, like providing dental care, flu shots, the vaccine boosters, and like tuberculosis screenings for Marshallese community and more. So that's something that I hope to see.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm 20. Oh, you can go.
My COVID recovery dream would definitely be, like Rachel said, for our communities to be fully vaccinated. But first and foremost, I'd want to have more people educated about the vaccine. Right now, it just feels like within our community, a lot of people are basing their opinions on the vaccine off of other people's opinions. And I guess that's kind of what's holding them back from getting it. But I feel like once people learn the truth about this vaccine and the importance it has on not only our well-beings, but the well-beings of the ones we love, then it might change their minds or even push them to get vaccinated. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So my dream for COVID recovery, as like Rachel and Mona just said, I want everybody to be educated on what it is and where they can get vaccinated. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first got my vaccine, I was kind of like unsure about it because, I heard a lot of things about it. So I feel like education is important. And after that, I want for our Pacifica community to come together and take care of our elders and make sure that our other youth can take care of each other too.
For sure.
For me personally, I agree with everything that Mona, Kalani, and Rachel had said. But in the near future, I hope to have like our family functions, because for us as Islanders personally, gathering with our family is like basically who we're like. We gather with each other all the time, and that's just like our way of connecting with one another. And since we aren't allowed to have big groups of people right now due to COVID, it's kind of hard to connect with all of them. So having family functions again would be nice.
Yeah. Beautiful. I have another question, but I want to pause and just say very clearly to all four of you how inspiring it is to see young artists be such incredible dancers, but also really thinking critically about the world in which we exist and how we can tangibly create things to make a world that we can all imagine. So thank you so much for sharing your dreams. I've got another question for you. So, and you, again, answer however you want, but what are some things that you want people to know about Fijian culture and Pacifica communities?
Something that I definitely want people to know about not only the Fijian community, but all Pacifica communities. Like Destiny had said, family is like very important. And, the importance of families, just being a family and coming together overall. Islanders are very welcoming and giving. So that's something I'm very proud of. But another thing I want people to know is the significance of the Fijian Meccas that we do. Since way back, our people have been partaking in this, and it's not only a way of entertaining and dancing, but we're telling a story as we go.
Beautiful. Thank you. Who else?
A couple things I'd want people to know about Fijian culture and also Pacific cultures is how important oral tradition and just traditions in general are to us. We hold these sacred practices close to our hearts because from such young ages, we were taught to observe them and listen to the stories we are told. And us as Pacifica people, we are storytellers, and that goes perfectly with our dancing because we tell stories through our dances. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
And for me, I would probably make sure that I want people to know that how like strong and hardworking people Pacifica people are, and how we take care of each other when times get tough. And sorry, my brother came back, and that we never forget who we are.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
I
one
agree
more
with
thing.
everything. Oh, go ahead, Kaleni.
Okay, sorry. And I just want to say, like, the dance that we just did, it was about difficult times and overcoming them, which we thought was really perfect for the times that we're currently in.
Yeah. No, I really felt that watching y'all dance. So thank you for sharing.
For me, one thing I would want people to know is basically everything that Rachel, Mona, and Kaleni have said. But mainly that, like, I think dancing tradition, or our dances are like a big part of like our traditions, because for not only Fijians but for a lot of other Pacifica people, they tell their stories through dances as well. And when it comes to us Islanders, our ancestors and like our stories and stuff is like a big deal to like pass on and stuff like that. So I think the history behind our dancing is a good thing to know.
Beautiful. Well, congratulations all again. That's all the time we have. But before we go, everybody that's watching this, just know that these people are cultural icons that we all need to take note of. So can you all just say your first and last names one more time, because your names are going to be in the future. So thank you again. And let's share who you are.
I'm Destiny Harris.
Beautiful. Yes, Destiny.
I'm Kalani Tavangia.
Work it out.
I'm Donna Tavangia.
Work.
And I'm Rachel Wangaitanoa.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. Congratulations again. And I can't wait to see all of the amazing things that you do in the future. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We are on to some magic. Shout out to all of the incredible people that have already shared all of the amazing dance that we've seen. I am going to introduce our next work. Giovanna White with Energy. So, educator and dancer Giovanna White selected Seattle children as her dream team for their Reflections performance entitled Young, Gifted, and Black, with music by Will Jordan. So there's a group of amazing youth that include Energy scholars, Alon, Andrew, Knight, Life, Blaze, and Channing. Again, we're going to have a chance to chat with these amazing young dancers with Giovanna as well. But without further ado, let's move on to this amazing performance, Young, Gifted, and Black.
To be young, gifted, and black. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream. To be young, gifted, and black. Open your heart to what I mean. In the whole world, you know, there's a million boys and girls who That's a fact. That's a fact. We are young, gifted, and black. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream to be young, gifted, and black. Open your heart to what I mean. You are young, gifted, and black. We must begin to tell our young. There's a world waiting for you. Yours is a quest that's just begun. Young, gifted, and black. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream to be young, gifted, and black. Open your heart to what I mean. Young and gifted, young, gifted, and black. Ooh, we are young and gifted, young, gifted, and black. We are gifted, young, gifted, and black.
Hello and welcome to Reflections. I am historical. I marched in Black Lives Matter parade on Juneteenth. I am historic. I marched at the Children's March at Coulon Park. I'm historical. I started kindergarten on the computer. My pandemic dream is that we can look for a better future, having less people get sick. My dream is I wish COVID was gone and we would stop wearing masks.
Wherever there was a need for people in the community, that's what the Black Panther Party tried to make sure those needs were met.
To set Black kids
In the community.
in the community. The solution is to make it into smaller classes, make sure they're safe, at least 3 feet away. Mr. Dixon, and about the Black Panther. I actually drew a Black Panther.
Wow, that is very good.
Have you ever had a patient come in with COVID symptoms? What happens if another people is sick and you are sick? One is gonna be doctor. This is Facebook and this is 6-star. I would try and make a memoir out of this. And me as a superhero defeating the vaccine vanisher.
Hello, everybody. I'm fighting back tears, but I do have something very important to say, everybody, for my viewers. So you actually saw two works. The first one was Young, Gifted, and Black. And the second piece was Giovanna's way of highlighting her work on COVID, listening to people like Dr. Ben Daniel.
Okay.
So let's everything that we saw. How's everybody doing tonight? How do you feel?
You can say it yourself. Oh, what did he say? He said,
How you doing?
my last name?
How are you?
How are you? I'm feeling good, and I love to feel calm, and I'm cool.
Nice.
I'm feeling great, and I love watching our video, and I love that to see how like me, Manny, Blaze, Yazzie, Night, Life, and Blaze twin brother. I forgot his name, but yeah.
Nice. Well, does everybody want to introduce themselves?
Huh?
First and last name. Does everybody want to introduce themselves? You can say your first and last name.
My first name is Alana. My last name is Noriega. My last name is my first name is Noriega, and my last name is Andrew.
Nice.
First name.
Twins, do you want to say
Well,
your name and how you are?
Yeah. I am. My name is Channing, and I'm 8 years old.
Hey, Channing.
And I am his brother, Blaze, and I'm also 8.
Beautiful. Well, it's good to see you all again. I remember being on the pier when you all were dancing, and it was really fun to be around you. Giovanna, how are you feeling after seeing this work? Congratulations again. I honestly still have chills. So take a second. I want to hear your thoughts, and I have some questions for you, but I want to congratulate you first and foremost.
I'm doing well. Thank you so much to the team. We don't have, Alon mentioned we don't have Yazzie, Night, or Life with us right now. And then we also don't have our drummer, Jerry Brown, but I also want to thank them for just being energy team. And I just thank you, scholars, because we wanted to like give hope and joy to our Seattle people. And I just hope that we provided some light for Seattle.
You sure did. Seeing those youth, and I love that you call them scholars, because that's what they are, physical scholars telling stories through their bodies with a way that's like centered in joy, and like arts education is just a pleasure to watch. What are your dreams for community, everybody? Like, what do you think about what community looks like? You've already told those stories through your body, but if you could dream about what community looks like, what does that look like for you? And anybody can answer.
Your dream for community?
Yeah.
You guys could go. It's fine. Oh. My dream for community is helping the homeless and like helping by giving them food and some shelter and a place where they can call home.
That's really amazing.
And my dream for community is just looking to just helping hands and just the whole community getting along, building relationships, and just helping others.
Wow. Who else wants to share?
It's not even me. I'm probably the one. So my dream is to one day help mothers with their help families with their their medicine. So basically being a doctor. So helping families helping families and kids, mostly kids because they come first, and also helping adults because we all need the right medication and the right help. And also helping adults because I'm working to get more. Yeah.
Thank you all for sharing that.
My dream is to be a politician and
You want to be a politician?
Yeah, and help all the Black people out and tell the cops to stop killing the Black people.
Yeah. Well, that was really inspiring to hear, y'all. Thank you so much for sharing. And you know what? I believe that all of those dreams are going to come true for you because you're all incredible young people. So thank you again for sharing. Giovanna, did you want to add anything? What are your dreams?
Um, I just dreamed like sickness and death with COVID cease. Like that would be like an ideal dream. Yeah, and that like our isolation and loneliness, yeah, cease.
Beautiful. Is there anything else that you wanted to share about the incredible work that you shared with us, Giovanna, with the youth, or your practice, or your approach to what you presented to us tonight?
So our phrases, the young people were a part of the process. So they each had a movement that they dedicated. Yeah, so yeah, it was a collaborative formation.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you all again so much. It was really good to see you on the computer, and it was really good to see you in person that one day at the pier. So I hope that you all really enjoyed watching yourself dance tonight. I'm super inspired by everybody that was involved in this performance, and I hope that everybody watching tonight is inspired as well. I'm going to turn it over to our next performer, but thank you all so much, and I hope that you all have an amazing night. Bye. Thank you so much. Shout out to the youth. That really warmed my heart. So I have the honor of introducing our next performer, Makira Abube, with Languzu Malanga's traditional Congolese ensemble. So veteran dancer Makira Abube celebrates the motherland in her collaboration with Languzu Malanga. As the choreographer and artistic director of the traditional Congolese ensemble, Languzo's ancestral arts exist in the beautiful vein of Obube's values and lifts them up. We've got featured talent that also includes assistant choreographer Maxi Jamal, dancers Dekante Way and Masaya Malonga, with traditional music by Kiazi Malonga and drumming by Eugene Ya Aponsa. So without further ado, let's introduce this next incredible dance performance. Round of applause. Round of applause.
Thank you.
It is such an honor to speak with you. Before we begin, I wanted to ask, may I have permission to speak for my elder?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Before we begin, huge congratulations. I wanted to take this time if you wanted to share the names of the incredible artists that you worked with before we get into some of the questions that I have.
Yes. Lagusu Malanga and her beautiful, handsome son, Messiah Malanga. And then we have Maxi Jamal, and we have Yao Amosa, Amosah. Let me spell it. Amponshah.
Beautiful. That was really powerful to watch. You know, like I'm a Liberian person myself, born in Liberia. So seeing that kind of cultural practice really inspired me. And I would love to chat with you a bit more about the incredible work that you just shared.
Mm-hmm.
So you really are a beloved community mother and veteran dancer. Let's not play games, who has helped reweave African culture for the diaspora here. Can you share a little bit more about who you wanted to honor in this piece?
I really was honoring a lot of beautiful ancestral energy. I want to specifically say the Congolese family, Malanga being the head of that family coming to America and bringing us this rich culture, the Congolese, the traditions of Congolese.
Yes.
And his beautiful family, Lagusu, is one of his beautiful daughters. She was in the piece, and that was her choreography that we did. The outfits she brought to the ensemble, and we put it all together artistically, and it just looked really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And her beautiful mother, who I knew personally, her name is Jenny, and we shared wonderful times, many, many, many years doing the Congolese dance conference that was in California. And I used to go every year and bring my entire family. Yes, and so the Congolese are very special to me, very, very special.
Awesome. Well, you look amazing, by the way, tonight.
Blessings.
You all looked amazing in the performance. Is Languzu here, or can I ask you a bit more questions?
I was also looking to see her beautiful face, and I, at this point, don't know. We can always call out your name.
Well, I want to honor the work of all of you. Another question that I have is, you know, there's this really beautiful connection to rhythm that I saw in the work, but there's also this connection to the water. How do you find that relationship between rhythm and water and all of the beautiful stories that were told through your body? Could you share a little bit more about that kind of relationship?
It was said earlier in some of the other pieces is that a movement is continuous, and it shows up in everything.
Yes.
And the water is very soothing. It also holds a lot of memory. And because of that, anytime we're connected to the water, it's a marriage. Whereas we are part of what the water is and part of what our ancestors are. We are part of being all of what is what we call life, and all of the cosmos. And as energy travels, we allow for ourselves to be embraced and uplifted with the energy.
I love that. That's brilliant. And honestly, like watching you all do it at the pier, I felt that in my body, just witnessing what you showed. But also in the performance, I just saw such a beautiful connection. And I really do feel like what you showed was a portrait of who y'all are and where you come from. So I want to thank you again so much for sharing that. And I also want to take the time to ask if there's anything else that you would love to share to people that are watching about what you presented to us tonight.
Yes, I first of all want to thank everybody for this opportunity to be here. This was what can I say? I mean, it's beyond words for this eclectic group to come together and share in this wonderful experience called Reflections. um, Particularly being able to work in the ensemble that I worked with the Congolese family and the other beautiful artist. She is well known for doing hip hop and other styles of dance as well. Um, and Little Messiah, just really a glee to my heart, uh, and the energy of his granddad, which is Malanga Costa Lord, was really in him that day, and the beautiful drumming that was done by Yao.
Yes.
He was holding my son's drum, which is the ngoma he played. That was very special to me because not too many hands have touched that drum. And it was my son has now transcended this planet. And so then that brought my son energy into the place and space, which my son has been to the Congolese dance camp, know Malonga, the family, and so forth as well. So it was a very eclectic, strong, powerful experience and a legacy continuing.
Yes.
As we go forward, you're going to see more beautiful work from this beautiful family.
As we should. Yes.
Yes. And I also wanted to say that it was just a very powerful experience to work intergenerationally.
Yes. Yes.
And that right there is special for us to come together and collaborate and to uplift, to work in healing, work in love, work as one, because we are just superly stronger together.
Yes.
And that's just what it's all about. And ultimately, the illumination of this work continues in infinite time.
Yes.
And I'm just grateful that I had a part to play in it and was glad to be among everybody.
Yes. Well, I'm very grateful for having the opportunity to speak with you, B, having the opportunity to watch you all dance such beautiful stories at the pier, and C, just be able to share that with the greater community that's watching right now. I want to thank you so much for being such a beacon of light and inspiration for so many people. I really hope to stay connected because you're an icon. And I want to turn it back over to my other amazing co-host, Nia Amina Minor. But Makita, thank you again so much. This was a real honor. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow. David, this evening has been such a blessing already, and we have more to come. I hope everyone at home is feeling as blessed and enjoyed and enthusiastic as I am.
I wasn't ready. Y'all better put the love in the chat. Send these artists love because my heart is full right now.
And exactly what Makita said. I mean, shout out to the youth, shout out to the passing of ancestral knowledge, shout out to Reflections as a space to hold multiple generations of that knowledge as it's like present in our bodies. This evening has been so rich. Reflections 2021. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Reflections 2021.
Absolutely. Well, we have more to come. Our evening is not over yet, so let me go ahead and start to introduce the next offering. 18-year-old dancer Larry Lancaster, who performs courtesy of Pacific Northwest Ballet School, is accompanied by classical violinist Swill Canum. Culture shifts when we lift each other up, says classical violinist Swill Canum. With Swill's advice that now is the time for taking on the impossible, his song Ascending Morning is dedicated to our frontline health workers. Larry's fair and graceful performance brings this crucial point home. Here we have Larry Lancaster. Wow, so powerful. I'm so excited to welcome Larry. Hi, Larry. It's good to
Hello.
see you. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for that offering, the artistry, the grace, the beauty. Oh my goodness, I'm so full from watching it for a second time. Can you introduce yourself to our reflection audiences?
Hello. My name is Larry Lancaster. I'm an 18-year-old pre-professional ballet dancer with Pacific Northwest Ballet School in their professional division, and born and raised in Baltimore. And yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for performing on Seattle's historic waterfront. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience performing and also creating work for this particular program?
Well, performing was really nice. I'm usually used to performing on a stage or in a studio, so that was my first time performing outdoors for one. And also just being by the water and feeling like the cool breeze as I was dancing was really nice and kind of added to it as well. And as far as the creative process goes, um, my accompanist, Swill Canum, we spoke on the phone before I started creating, and he was basically just telling me that the piece of music that he made was the inspiration behind it was his ancestors who prayed on everyone that he would ever meet in his life, so that everyone that he would meet will already be blessed. And so I try to incorporate that into the piece as much as I could, and also just like feeding off of the energy of the water and the music around me.
Wow, that is so beautiful. And to hear that you're now part of his ancestral prayer in this connection between the two of you, as choreographer and accompanist, is so powerful. Speaking of prayers and dreams, as a young artist, what are your prayers and dreams in terms of creating work? How can folks support you? Where can we see your work in the future?
Well, my prayers and dreams for me as a dancer is to just be a vessel for whatever the universe put me on this earth for, and to be a vessel for why I was given this gift as a dancer, and to inspire other Black dancers and dancers of color and just anybody to know that, you know, you can do this too. And I'll be having some performances with PNB throughout this year. So yeah.
I'm so glad that we can continue to support you, and I'm so glad that you're welcome into this community, this Reflections community. You're able to perform on the historic Seattle waterfront, and the prayer and the gift was flowing right through you, and to be a witness to that was extremely powerful. So thank you again. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to offer to our audiences about the experience, about the connection with Canaan, or anything that you would love to share?
I just want to give a shout out to Swo Kanum and just thank him. You know, it was such an honor to be a part of, his ancestral prayer now. And so, yeah, I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to create a work of art surrounding me.
Wow. Thank you so much. And thank you to Canaan as well. Thank you for being with us. We're going to move on to the next performance, but thank you for this rich offering that we can hold with us, and the Reflections 2021 audience can hold with them as well this evening.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
All right, take care. Wow. Whew. Our final offering for the evening is from the Coast Collective. Ayana Reed, Khaled, Chayel Brooks, Drew Grospe, and Michaela Taylor. Moving to the lyrics of Nina Simone's A Rising Sun, this ensemble of deftly choreographed dancers holds up inclusive communities with joy, beauty, and collectivity at the heart. All right, y'all, this is our final offering. Thank you so much.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call it the Rising Sun. And it's been the ruin of many a poor girl. And me, oh God, I'm one. If I had only listened to what my mama said, I'd be at home today. But being so young and foolish, my Lord, let a gambling lead me astray. Now my mother is a tailor. She sews those new blue jeans. And my sweetheart is a drunkard, Lord. Drinks down in New Orleans. Now the only thing the drunken man needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied, Lord, is when he's on the ground. Somebody go get my baby sister. Tell her to do, never to do what I have done. But shun that house in New Orleans. They call it the right side. Well, I'm going back to New Orleans. My race is almost won. Yes, I'm going back to spend my life beneath the rising sun.
Look at them all. Yeah, God.
Wow, just beautiful. Hi, Ayana. Oh my goodness. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. That was just so beautiful. And seeing it a second time and just feeling the presence of spirit, of healing, of joy, of serenity and community that y'all have together. I mean, it certainly transcends the screen. So thank you so, so much for that. Would you go ahead and introduce who's here with us this evening to our Reflections audience?
Noxwis, hello, my name is Iona. I am an enrolled member of the Cowlitz Nation. That's my intro.
Hi, everyone. I'm Drew Gorowski. I am from Tacoma, Washington. I grew up in this area. And I'm very, very, very grateful to be a part of this Reflections this year.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, we're grateful. We have so much gratitude for all of y'all being there on the waterfront, the historic waterfront, sharing these offerings and allowing us to share them with the Reflections community in this virtual program. So thank you once again. What was it like for y'all to come together and collectively work on and come together and perform that piece?
Well, sure. When I was first asked to be a part of Reflections, I asked Jordan what some of the premises or like kind of framework for what ideas we'd be working on as an entire show. And then they told me that there was ideas around healing. And initially that kind of overwhelmed me because for the last 2 years, there's just been so much, especially within working as a team of collaborators. One thing that was important for me and all of us, I think, from the get-go was acknowledging all that each other needed within coming into space and all that each of our identities needed coming into space. And so that initially was overwhelming, but I think that in shaping the piece, completely surrounded by what we all needed, it kind of showed a gentleness and a sense of healing that was true to where we were all at the time of making the piece.
Yes, absolutely. And Drew, will you talk about your experience also, just being a part of that process, being in a space held collectively?
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone has probably spent a lot of time on their own, unfortunately, in the last couple of years. At least I have. It's been just a lot of me reflecting on myself and the world and the state that we're in. So it was really great to be able to just be physically with people that I love and to be able to deepen our relationships and meet new people that I haven't met before, and to be able to create movement again, even in its most kind of simple form, just really meditative types of movement. A lot of us were kind of coming from, I think, settings that were very chaotic and kind of overwhelming. So to be able to have the privilege and opportunity to move slowly was very nice and very refreshing, especially during this time. So I hope that anyone watching was felt that, and it was kind of a nice little break for me emotionally and mentally. And yeah, just to be on the water was really great too. I think as performers, we don't get a lot of opportunities to be outside, and dance is really something that should be outside more when you think about it. So it was just beautiful to be able to move, and I look over to my left and see the water and the setting of where we were, and it was just incredible to be able to experience those things together.
Yes, I mean, the experience is certainly grounding, and it sounds like it was grounding for y'all as well. You mentioned coming together in community, and I can't help but think about the coming together community and the sort of passing of ancestral knowledge that we've seen throughout the course of this program. And we hear so clearly Nina Simone's voice, and I was curious if both of you might talk a little bit about the musical journey for this particular piece, what it means to you, and sort of share with the audience if you feel like sharing.
I picked the music, so I can talk about that. But within the last couple years, there's just been a lot of growth, I think, within everyone as individuals, or at least I've seen growth within my community. But it's been a lot of times out of necessity in the last 2 years. It's been out of discomfort. And this song, at its core in the lyrics, it kind of talks about a coming of age in an uncomfortable way, and finding strength and ability to move past that, even though it happened. And I kind of felt like that applied to the piece and what we were trying to do with. There was so much to be celebrating with us just getting to come together and being asked to make art. That's a beautiful thing, and it's a privilege, as Drew said, to get to make art. But then at the same time, it's hard to feel all this joy and stuff without recognizing that we've all been through a lot in the last couple years. And so the song seemed like a fitting piece.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. We're left in this meditation, and I'm curious if either of you or both of you might talk about sort of your intentions or even your prayers in that moment of meditation that we are able to witness at the end of the piece.
Yeah, it's hard to describe emotions in words. I know as a dancer, probably a lot of people can relate to that, but it's just, it was just this complete kind of just stillness over my body, and I think as well as everyone else in the piece. And yeah, again, just coming, the past few years in my life have been so just one after the other, very, very busy. So to be able to, yeah, just sit still in space, especially in Seattle, in a city that's very unheard of to be still. So yeah, to do that was, again, just refreshing and great. Yeah.
No, thank you so much. Is there anything that y'all want to leave for our audiences? Any last words that you want to say to our audiences tonight?
I just want to show gratitude for this entire festival. I've been talking to Drew that it is something that I think is very unique to Seattle, to see a show that is a completely native lineup that is so special and beautiful. And I feel honored on such a high level to be incorporated into everyone that's a part of this, including all of the organizers, everyone who was backstage shooting. There was so much goodness involved, and I feel really lucky to be included in that. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. It's just really fantastic to be able to see a group of diverse people of color coming together and sharing our cultures with one another. That is just so great for me, coming from areas that were predominantly white when I was growing up. So to, yeah, just see this space with all different sorts of people of color coming together and celebrating each other is just fantastic. And I think that absolutely should be happening more in the community. And I think this time is really important for people of color to come up and heal one another and take this into our hands, because this has been a very hard time. So yeah, just I'm so grateful to be a part of this. And yeah, again, it's so amazing to see everyone's beautiful faces and all these children making work and spreading such inspirational words. It's really beautiful. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for contributing to that healing that we all need. I certainly received it, and I'm going to be sitting with this for some time. Also, a shout out to Shael Brooks and Michaela Taylor. I want to make sure that we say thank you. I know that they're probably here listening, witnessing in various spaces. Thank you to you both for sharing words after your performance. Thank you for being with us for Reflections 2021. And we're sending so much gratitude your way. Take care.
Thanks so much for having us.
Bye. Oh my goodness. Let's bring up David Brew, my co-host for the evening. Oh my goodness. What a powerful set of performances. Oh, my heart is so full.
I feel so alive right now. That was iconic. Let's all take a second, especially everybody watching at home, to send some love to all of the incredible artists that you just got to bear witness to. I'm so proud of all of them. Nia, we have some time to chat, and I have a few questions for you, if that's all right.
Okay.
So, I said this last year, and I'm going to say it again. You are a cultural practitioner as a dancer and as an artist that I admire so much. And you were also an artist that participated in this program last year. So I would really love to hear what it was like for you being on the other side of the process and like seeing the work and being able to guide conversation with these incredible artists that we spoke with tonight.
Well, Ayana definitely mentioned it in our last Q&A, just the feeling of being held by a program like this and feeling that same sense of being held on this other side as an MC. I remember exactly what it felt like to contribute work to this program, in particular in 2020. It was a very difficult time, but it was so beautiful to be able to come together with the artists I work with to create something that was based in joy and spirituality. And like Ayana and Drew were talking about, a moment of stillness and true reflection so that, we can get our bearings in order to move forward. I think that this program was super important at that time, and it's still important now. And I'm so glad to be participating as an MC with you.
Yes, really beautiful. I also, we've both had the opportunity to speak to the other artists about amazing work that they might have coming up. Is there anything that you wanted to share with the viewers that you might be working on that's particularly exciting for you?
Yeah, I think right now we are working together for Made in Seattle, Black Collectivity Out of Necessity, and that's going to be over the course of the next year, but we're really coming into this place of dreaming through movement, dreaming through prayer about how we want to reflect on our contributions to this community as dancers, as Black dancers, and how we want to sort of experience that reflection through the archives, through performance, and through public offerings. So lots of things in the works to stay tuned for as we sort of dream up this vision.
Yes.
What about you, David?
For me, honestly, just reflecting on the night, I have this real love affair with dance that acts as like a portrait of identity. And I feel like tonight, everyone presented work that really was a physical manifestation of like who they are and where they come from and what they believe in. And it was just really inspiring to watch such a multi-generational program and such a wide range of dance styles. It really varied in terms of like how their bodies were moving in the space. And to have, Pier 62 as a backdrop was really special to just see. And again, I talked a little bit throughout the night about being able to be there for filming days and seeing how those actual magical moments kind of translate into this really polished program. And I was just really excited about that. And it's really exciting for me to be a part of this organization and like see the behind the scenes, and then also be able to like share it with the world, and also to be able to share this whole experience.
Yeah.
A person like you, I mean, this just really feels super special to me. I'm not even gonna lie. It was really It was really,
Well,
really great. And
you know,
sorry, go
that
ahead.
makes me think about, I was gonna say, that just makes me think about, for our audiences, just as a reminder, you know, we're still in a time of firsts. And so these are sometimes the first times that folks are coming together for these prayers, for ceremonies, for performance, for offerings. And we all get to be a witness to that. And I think that that is truly something powerful about Reflections, that's able to provide that space for these firsts as we sort of dream into the future, you know, during these pandemic times. So exactly what you're saying, David.
Yeah, I want to give another huge shout out to Jordan and Davida for co-curating an incredible program. I mean, the way that they thought critically about it and then held everybody in such a space of joy and acceptance, but also exploration was really iconic to me. So thank you again. I'm going to say one more time, everybody in that chat, send some love for all performers. Do what you got to do, heart emoji, whatever. And before we close out, I'd be remiss to not thank all of the incredible people that we've worked with tonight. I want to first of all thank the incredible artists and all of their collaborators that were part of this program. My sincerest gratitude from me and everybody else that was involved. I also want to thank all of the incredible partners that were involved that helped make this happen. You'll notice this is all online, and a lot of that magic happened by an incredible videographer named Futsum Tsegai. And while his work might be behind the scenes, I think that it's really important to note how much of an incredible contribution that Futsum made to this program, as well as Kyoke Silvano, who also did additional editing support that really made the program look and feel the way that it did. So to everybody in our technical team, everybody in our planning team, everybody behind the scenes that made this program happen, I just wanted to say thank you so, so much.
Yes, and you know, finally, would you like to watch Reflections again?
I will.
Me too. We're going to be resharing the streaming link for Reflections and other COVID cultural programming. And then, of course, save the date. Join us down on the Pier, Pier 62 on November 19th for a watch party with the beer garden and food trucks. There will be a reception with the curators, and we'll watch the magic of Reflections at the filming location. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That's going to be magical. Everyone get down there.
Y'all better go through.
And following the viewing, we'll have a DJ so you can dance the evening away. Keep an eye on Friends of the Waterfront Seattle social media for more information. Thank you so much again to you, David, for co-hosting with me. I'm full of so much warmth and blessing and spirit, and I'm receiving it all this evening from our cultural workers and artists for Reflections 2021. Yes.
Thank you all so much again, Nia. It was an honor. I hope everybody watching enjoyed it as much as I did. And we will see you all very soon. And hopefully you can join us November 19th down at Pier 62. It's going to be an amazing time. Thank you all so much again for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.